Hey everyone, it's Mike Runyon here with loanDepot, and today we're here at Miller's Root Beer and Barbecue stand, trying some of their foods and talking to their owner, Stanley. So very excited to show you what they have and to learn a little bit more about them. All right, this looks amazing. I am so excited. I'm hungry. I've held my appetite all day for this. Oh yeah, smash burger. And I got it with pickles, onions, and ketchup. That's how I like it. Looks great. I'm gonna try it out. That's so good. Oh, that was great. Fresh. Great pickles. You have the pickles?
Thank you.
Really good. Really, really good. All right, I'm going to dig into my spicy fried pickles, but I want to ask Stanley. Sorry, what is your last name, Stanley?
Miller.
Stanley Miller. There we
Miller.
go. That makes a lot of sense. Stanley Miller. We're going to ask him a couple questions while I'm trying the food. And so before I try the spicy pickles, I want to know how long has this business been open? And then it sounds like you have another business in town as well. Can you tell us a little bit about them?
Sure. Yeah, so the root beer stand was established in 1949. So this is actually the 75th year that the operation has been here. We took ownership of it 2 years ago from Bud and Terry Ram, that family owned for 21 to 22 years prior to us. So this is, like I said, our second season getting into it. Our first one was a lot of learning and growing, and then now we're hopefully trying to apply that, trying to refine it and get a little bit better for us and listen to the customers. But so far it's been a great showing. Great reach from the community. Everybody just excited to have it back. There's something about this place that creates generational memories, from grandparents and kids to grandkids. Come with grandma and grandpa and the drop tops and the vintage cars and the hot rods and even the new cars and the old cars and the Corvettes and the Camaros, and it brings them out, which is really cool. And there's something special about it. And even for me, it touches a little bit differently because my mother retired across the street.
Right.
So I remember coming here as a kid, and I remember getting little frosty mugs. I remember first time seeing the trays on the windows and drinking the ice cold root beer that almost burnt down your throat. And as a kid, you didn't understand it was burning, but it tastes so good. You wanted to do some more.
Yeah.
When I had the opportunity that came across, I said, you know what, it just it made sense. So we did it, and here we are.
Awesome. And I love Miller's meats. So I've already tried the barbecue over there. But what are some of the best items that are here at the root beer stand that you say that people really like? I know you mentioned the Spanish dog is like a...
So the Spanish dog is from the original day one. Spanish dog's been a part of the root beer stand ever since the very beginning. And it's changed names a couple times. It's always been the root beer stand, or some people call it the hot dog stand, but it's the root beer stand. But the Spanish dog is a version of a Coney dog. And it's kind of more indigenous to the region between here in Northwest Ohio and Indiana. And it's all about the seasoning and the chili powders and stuff that's used in the meat sauce that goes on top.
Gotcha.
And that's what it is. It's just a meat sauce goes on top of a hot dog, and we top it with fresh onions.
Okay.
And the difference for me is, it's basically all quality based for me. And also with the assistance of the meat market, we can offer a quality product. So the meat sauce we actually make at the root beer stand or at the meat market, then we send it down. So then we're getting fresh ground meat there. It's never frozen. It's our own blend. We make that. I've actually got a recipe card. It's been handwritten from, I don't know, two or three decades ago. It's literally like a handwritten recipe card. So we can do that. A lot of people tell me that it's very close to what it was, decades ago, which is really cool. So we only had one chance to get it right. So hopefully we did that, and it's bringing people back, which is awesome and amazing. But that's one of the signature items, and we sell hundreds a day. The second to that, which was kind of the sleeper last year, was our smash burger, which you're having today.
This thing's good.
The thing about that too is also from the meat market. We send the ground meat down every day, so it's our custom blend of fresh ground meat, and it's all of our trim. So you're getting filet, you're getting ribeye, you're getting strip, you're getting chuck. It's whatever we're cutting for that day is what gets mixed into it, and we're just not opening containers and bags like some other places do. And it's never frozen. And then the concept behind the smash burger for us is we do a finely shaved onion on top of the patty, then we smash it into the grill. So then some of the onions that fall off to the side start to fry in the grease and the fat from the burger. And then the middle ones start to steam, and then when you flip them over, and then we top it with American cheese, but then the bottom onions start to caramelize.
Yeah.
So then you get this like three textural kind of onion, and you don't get the raw onion flavor and crunch, but you get the benefit of the sweetness and the caramelization, a little bit of crispy on the outside. And then we top that with kosher dill pickles. We have to be kosher dill. I'm a pickle fanatic.
Yeah, these
You
are
can
good
ask
pickles.
inside. Mustard and pickle for me are very popular. So we do yellow mustard, pickle, and American cheese. The American cheese we get down from Walnut Creek, which is down in Amish country. So we don't get just your everyday average American cheese either. And to me, I feel if you quality in, quality out. And if we have a quality product going out, most likely it's because the quality is going in and the love for the food that we do and the way we prepare it, which makes a big difference for us. And being a part of that every day is really cool. So those are probably the two most popular ones. Double smash comes in pretty close to that. Our pizza burger, which is unlike most of them. Most of the pizza burgers in the area are a processed burger that's stuffed, all ground together with maybe a little cheese in the middle. We actually do our regular beef patty. We do fresh mozzarella. We do fresh sliced pepperoni that we get from the meat market as well.
Nice.
And then we do marinara, and we cook that burger on the top with the mozzarella and the pepperoni. And then we put the marinara on the bun, so it's a little bit different. So it's actually like a pizza burger.
Yeah.
So that's a very popular one. And then obviously our onion rings, mott sticks, spicy pickles, and our crinkle fries. Everybody likes the vintage crinkle fries.
Oh yeah.
And you can't forget about the floats.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta have root
Sweet
beer,
tea, right? Yeah.
Yeah, either that. We even got the Fanta orange floats now too.
Oh,
so
cool.
You can do a little dream
Never
circle
tried
while you're
those,
here.
yeah.
Oh, they're delicious.
That's pretty good. Well, I can definitely taste the quality in this burger, like you said. I mean, it just has all the flavors. It has those different meats. I mean, it's fantastic. So we really love that. And these pickles have a nice spice to them, good crunch, and then always killer ranch. You gotta have a good ranch. Yeah, good ranch. So we talked a little bit about Miller's Meats, right? And that's located on
400 Trenton Avenue.
Awesome. And how long have you had that business? I know it's been through a little bit of a transformation after that tornado, right?
Yeah. It's so I've owned it going on 5 years now that I bought from my uncle. But I started working with my uncle when I was 10, when he first opened it 36 years ago. And I started working with him before it was even open. It used to be on the corner of North Main and Trenton. So I was the little gopher climbing underneath the coolers, the cases. I was scrubbing the shelves. I was painting things. I go get this, I go get that. And I worked with him until I was 19. And then I went to culinary school and became a professional chef. And then I traveled the country and the world for 23, 24 years. Never thought I was going to come back. Never thought I was going to come home. I was born and raised here, but I grew up in big cities and traveling. So then, my family didn't really know if I'd ever come back. And then I don't know, something in the back of my head, it kind of just always kind of resonated in there about moving back and kind of incorporating myself and doing some stuff here. And then I remember coming home one summer, and I don't know when I was on vacation, but talking to my uncle, I'm like, hey, it's like, where do you guys see with the meat market? Like, he was 70-some years old at that point. And I was like, what do you think? And he's like, I just wish someone would come in and buy it and walk away. I was like, sweet. I said, what if I moved back home when I bought it? And then instantly you could just see his brain started, the creative side of him, and then him and I, and then all of a sudden it was just, you could just see it was something, and I wasn't really like I said, I just didn't really know that I'd ever do that. And then he never thought I'd ever do that, but it actually came full circle. So I'm basically coming back to the same place I started, which is super cool. And family owned, like I said, it's 36 years there. This is 75 here.
Wow.
So hopefully we can continue for another generation or two.
Yeah, you're keeping some staples in the community going, it sounds like, right? Yeah, like move away, come back to your hometown, and just keep building. That's fantastic. I love that. What kind of plans do you have, I guess, for the future? Goals for this place, or maybe Miller's, or just in general, I guess?
Yeah. At this point, what my uncle established, the meat market, we didn't really change much. We just continue to do what we do, and then just kind of, maybe tweak a little bit here, a little bit there. I like to grow the catering side of the business. Obviously, being a professional chef, the cooking side of it to me is, I can cut meat. He started as a meat cutter, then always cooked, and he's always been really good with food. I came from the food side, and I can cut meat, so it kind of works out that way. So I'd like to continue to grow the catering side, whether it's businesses, office, factories. We got one cut up this week in Maumee for 500 people. So
oh wow, that's a big
we're
one.
Getting the word out there, which is really cool. But that's that business. That's what it is. Here at the root beer stand, can't really change what's been. We do our spin on it.
Sure.
And I don't see that changing anytime soon. I'm not trying to come in and change what it is. It is what it is. That's what people come here for.
Right.
It's very simple, but food done well, and it's more about the ambiance, the nostalgia, and the music, and I would say the social aspect. People coming in and hanging out.
Right. Yeah.
So that I don't necessarily see changing. Outside of that, I don't know. We'll see. I tend to get bored every couple of years, so
Yeah, yeah.
there may be another one in the horizon in the near future.
And I'm really excited. He mentioned he's gonna possibly be making us his own root beer, so that's gonna be really exciting.
Yep. No, that's coming for sure.
So that's coming for sure.
That is 100% happening. So
we'll have our own local root beer at some point. That'll be really cool.
Locally crafted from Findlay Brewing. Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. See, do you have any upcoming events or any kind of promotional things that you coming up?
So this year we decided to partner with. I think we did a total of 7 local nonprofits this year to help support, and we're doing a program called Rides and Root Beer. And for the last, I don't know, a couple years, maybe after I started having children, the core home to me and family just seems to be really struggling now, unlike what it was many years ago. And even the amount of broken homes and single parents, and even the parents that are still together. I've never seen kids travel so far for sports and entertainment, and if it's dance, if it's choir, if it's band, I mean, you're talking hours away, states away. I mean, my best friend and some of their kids, they travel like states. I mean, I'm talking days at a time, weekends at a time.
Yeah.
And it's very hard for someone to try to keep a core family together. And I was like, it's like we don't really do any cruise nights, like cruise in and cruise night, or we used to call back in the day when I grew up here. There was called the circuit. Mm-hmm. So every Friday and Saturday night, you went cruise the circuit. And the circuit was downtown, back by the library, by the Frisch's, Big Boy, and around town. And you just social. Everybody was sitting out, having a good time, hanging out. Everything was simple. I was like, man, I want to bring something back like that.
Yeah.
And I got together with Mike Roberts and Tom Cooper, and we came to the idea of Rides and Root Beer. So every other Saturday, and it started in June, we do what we call a cruise in, called Rides and Root Beer. Cruise in, cruise out, come in, get some food, hang out. Each event, we feature a local nonprofit. We've done 3 of them so far. Our 4th one's in mid-July.
Okay.
We've got a little pamphlet for that, and on our Facebook page posted on that as well. But all proceeds for the 50-50 raffle that we do goes back to the nonprofit that we're supporting, and it allows everybody else not only to get exposure to that local nonprofit in our community, but also give them an opportunity to help support them.
Yeah.
So we've done that, like I said, 3 times now, which is awesome. We've had 30, 40, 50 classic cars come out, new, old, bikes. Like I said, you see all types. I mean, my son was sitting in a 57 Chevy a couple weeks ago, and he's only 4, so he's super excited.
Yeah.
And that's some of that generational memories. So I wanted to bring that back, and I want people to forget about what's happening in the world today. Just come out, be social, be a human, right? Because everybody's so worried about their identity and what they're. It's just be a human. Yeah. Come out, enjoy, talk with people, have some good food, have some good music, have some good, ambiance. Be part of the community and help support those that support us. So it's been really successful for us, I think, for first year. So hopefully we continue to grow that. Like I said, we've got 1 in July. I think we've got 2 or 3, I think 3, maybe 2 or 3 left in August as well. So there's a total of 7 this year.
Okay, cool.
It's called Rides and Root Beer. So we're just kind of bringing it back, and it's neat. You got different generations, and like I think past Saturday we had one of them, and we had a kid who was probably in his 20s talking to a guy who was in his 70s. And they're talking about cars and how fast there was and how they handled, this and that. And it's actually really cool, and you see like little kids running around, and that's the type of stuff we want to, bring back. The commercial business is still taking over, and this is what founded this country, right? And these small businesses keep getting swallowed and keep getting taken up because they can't afford to operate, and they can't afford to keep functioning because these big corporations can afford to run things at lower cost. They can afford things that are moving millions and millions of units, and it's neat to see that a community still is willing to support the local. And Findlay's really unique for that, at least for me. You see that they keep supporting nonprofits and local business, and then other people see what you're doing and they want to come out and support you.
Yeah.
It's amazing the turnout that's come from here in the meat market and vice versa. So I just feel like almost like a Call of Duty that you need to give back to the community that gives back to you, and that's what we're doing. So
very good. Yeah, I love that. Hopefully we can support you guys in your in your partnership too. Definitely check out your Rides and Root Beers. That's what it is.
Yeah,
right?
Rides and Root Beer.
We'll have to come check that out. I know my kids would love to see all the cars. And check that out. So.
I said there's nothing better than smelling gasoline and smelling rubber, and some of the old guys like to get on them a little bit while they're out there. Hearing the tires squeal, hearing the motors all revved up, and you just like now everything's going electric. You don't even hear that anymore. So it's kind of cool when you hear the old vibrations when they pull in and things are shaking. You're just like, oh man.
Yeah.
A little kid inside, he gets excited.
It was amazing having some great food here at Miller's Root Beer and Barbecue Stand. Thank you so much, Stanley, for your time and telling us more about yourself. We hope that we can get you some more business and just let more people know about you.
Thank you.
Would you be willing to let us see a little bit back into your kitchen, kind of see how things go back there?
Yeah, man. I got a couple extra aprons if you guys need them.
Let's do it.
Put you to work.
And there you have it, guys. That's Food and Fellowship with Miller's Root Beer Stand and Barbecue. And tune in next month for some more local bites.